You have already discussed about, like, I think, I mean, all these widgets on the left hand side and on the right hand side, what all
Hmm.
you will see, and
Hmm.
these widgets can be dragged to change their position and all those things, right? That is one thing I talked about. And the middle portion is dedicated for Amazon to display the information about their, I mean, whatever they are supposed to display, they will display over there. And on the tabs, I covered up manage inventory and manage
Hmm.
FB inventory, right? These are
Hmm.
two things what I covered last week. And
Hmm.
today I'll cover about this inventory planning. I told you that I'll cover, and I'll just
Hmm.
quickly go through this. This is, I mean, you can, or you can basically get idea how your inventory is doing and how you can plan accordingly, right?
Hmm.
So you can see dash from the dashboard product to restock today. I mean, depending on the sales velocity, the number of sales in last 7 days and last 30 days, based on that, it will give you the idea like how many units you should restock and what all these things you have to restock. Like if I click on this, it takes me to this page. Okay, this is a tutorial which is not required, but it says that like what all things you are supposed to restock. See, out of stock, low in stock. So you'll get an idea like what you, I mean, instead of like going over manage inventory and check if the inventory is there, or I mean some any of them are lower stock or something, then you can get idea. Then you can prepare yourself to restock those, right? That's basically the idea of this, I mean, tool.
Hmm.
Days in inventory.
Hmm. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you.
right. Yeah. So restock inventory, if you click on, then it shows the same thing. What I clicked on there. So it took us to that page, and the same page is opening up now. And I can see all those like which all are out of stock, which all are in low stock, so that I can refill those, right? Restock those or replenish those.
Why
So
there are all the same products are here?
these are not the same products actually. These are different variations. These are
Okay,
not same products. Yeah,
set
set
of
of five,
different.
set of three, set of five, set of two, and there are
Okay.
two sizes again. Set 10 by 10 and 10 by, sorry, 10 by 10 and 12 by 12. If you see here,
Okay.
there are
Okay.
not same product. They are all different products.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a different thing. Yeah. So you can see, you can use this and plan it accordingly. But mostly you might not use if you have one product, right? Initially you'll start with one product. You may not use that. But if you have huge number of inventory where like it becomes difficult by going
Hmm.
each inventory, each one of the inventory and see how many of the stocks are available, then this is the place where you can come and easily see which are expecting to get replenished, right? That way you can plan it
But
well.
how do we check like if it is showing 1 unit or 0 unit it is? What is this? 1 unit or remaining is one?
Remaining in stock is one. Okay. Remaining
Hmm.
stock in this zone one says, okay.
Hmm.
And supplier number, obviously supplier is different thing. That's a number. And this says the FC address. Which FC? This is basically a BA stock. It doesn't talk, I mean, doesn't say about a BM, which is nothing but fulfilled by merchant. It will not say anything about that because it doesn't have information about your warehouse details, right? So that's why it will not
Oh,
give any information about FBM. It will give information about FBA, which
okay.
is, I mean, the inventory what Amazon holds, right? That information they have very well, and they know how many are there in stock and how many. I mean, what is the sales velocity of that, and how soon? I mean, let's say if average of 10 number of units are getting sold on this product, right? And that
Mm.
means like in a month you will be selling around 300 units. This average number,
Mm.
right?
So
So, hmm,
what is this 14 over here next to it? Recommended order quantity.
so order quantity is saying that you should order 14 number of units.
Okay. In 4 weeks it's showing, right? 4 weeks it was written below that.
No, it says weeks to cover. Yeah, so
Okay.
this product, yeah, it says 4 weeks, which is nothing but 1 month. So the sales, what is happening for this product is like almost 14 numbers in a month. Okay,
Okay.
so that's why it says that 14 recommended quantities should be replenished
Okay.
again, right?
Okay.
So if it says recommended date also, if you replenish today, it's well and good,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do that. That's basically idea what will give, what we will get from here. And this helps even if you have one. I mean, you can get idea from here, but
Mm.
you must be knowing like your inventory details, as you might be tracking almost every day to see
Mm-hmm.
how many inventories are there and all. It is not a big task that which you cannot track
Mm-hmm.
individual one product, right? It's just the one product. It will not be that difficult to
Mm.
track and get an idea. But this helps also to give you more idea like how you can plan it.
Mm.
Okay. Excess inventory also you can see if there are any excess inventory, which is not good. Excess inventory also is not good, because if there are excess inventory, that means either you have got lot of inventories added up on your stock, or your units are not getting sold. Okay, the selling velocity and your inventory stock are is a kind of mismatch, so there is no synchronization in between both of them. So in that case you should not order high in number and order high quantity. You should not order high quantity number of units, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is something you have to again see all, both the sides, and take a decision properly, so that there should not be a mismatch again, your sales and your inventory stock. Okay, there is
How much?
a
How much? It's not showing any numbers.
no, on this case there is no numbers, because there is no excess inventory actually. So that's why it is
Okay.
not showing any number. So there is no excess inventory. Okay, so if there is an excess inventory, obviously it will show that these inventories are excess. Hmm?
It depends on the sale. If the sale is low, it will show excess inventory.
No, it doesn't mean that it depends on the sale. So if let's say if your sale is low, and your inventory number also low, then obviously it will not show, right? But if your sale number is low and your inventory is high, that means you will not be able to sell those on a specific period of
Yeah.
time, right? That way it will,
Mm-hmm.
that time it may show that it is excess,
Excess.
right? Yeah. And if it is excess for like certain period of time, 180
Mm.
days, more than 180 days you have inventory stored on their warehouse, then they will charge. That is called long-term
Mm.
storage fee. They'll charge long-term
Mm.
storage fee. That's why you have to keep in mind that our inventories are getting sold off before 180 days, which is 6 months
Mm.
time. Okay.
Okay.
And inventory age, you can see how long the inventory have been stored on the warehouse. Okay, that age also it will say 90, 0 to 90 days, 90 to 180 days, and beyond 180 days it is long term. Okay,
Mm.
so the charges will be increasing. The storage charges will be increasing.
Mm.
So this will give you basically idea about your inventory planning, right? That's why it is, I mean, meant for, and that's what it does. Okay, now coming to add a product. Add a product, basically you can add product in two ways. One is like you can create your own product, okay? Or not own product. You can create your own listing, or you can use one of the existing listing to map your product. Hope you got it. Or you have any
Yes.
confusion? Yeah, you got it, right? So
Yeah, I got it.
I'll just give you example. Let's say if I go to Amazon.com and let's say I not shoe, no shoe might not be the good. Okay, this one. Let's say this one. This is a product. Okay, and this exact product I want to sell.
Hmm.
What I can do, I can say that if I know the ASIN number, I can get the ASIN number.
Hmm.
I can search for this ASIN number here. Okay, then it shows me the product, this exact product, right? So what
Hmm.
I can do here, okay, there is a listing limitation, so that probably I cannot do. Okay, it says that I can. I mean, you see here, it says sell yours.
Hmm.
That means I can sell this product as it is. I do not have to create any new listing as such. I can just click on this sell yours button and just give my information, what price I want to sell, what is my MRP, how many quantity I have. That's all. And I have to give the SKU, my SKU, okay, which would be for my, I mean, reference, right? So that I'll specify, then I'll just say done. Like, I mean, I'll just give something. I'll just test one, whatever. And I'll just put a price of like 5,000 something, 355 or 3,035, and MRP is something like probably I'll say 535 and quantity 100. Okay, I can either choose I want to ship this item myself,
Hmm.
or use Amazon EasyShip if it sells.
Hmm.
The second option is I want to use fulfilled fulfilled by Amazon. So what is the
Hmm.
difference between these two? These two are like one says that either I can, when the order comes, either I can ship or through EasyShip, Amazon EasyShip, okay,
Hmm.
or the second option is fulfilled by Amazon, which is FBA, right? I hope you know the difference, right?
And the above one is FBM, I guess.
Yes, above one is FBM and below
Hmm.
one is FBA.
Okay.
Okay. When it is FBM, there are two ways again. Either you can ship by yourself by
Yes.
using a
Yes.
third-party courier company, or
Yes.
you can opt for Amazon EasyShip. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So you have to keep your product packed and ready. Amazon pickup people will come and take your product. I mean, they'll deliver to the customer. That is
Hmm.
EasyShip. So either you can do this, or the second method is FBA. So I can choose
Hmm.
any of them accordingly, like whichever is suitable for me at that point. Let's say I'm doing
Hmm.
FBM. I'll just say save and finish. Okay.
Hmm.
Then the listing will be created. Okay. So when it
Okay.
is created, I'll see here on this. Okay. There would be a offer place. Yeah. See here, used and new.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So there are 13 now. When I create, there will be 14. There will be another listing which has got created, right? So when I
Hmm.
am done, like when I am done with this process, this 13 number will be 14 here. Okay. And when somebody clicks on this number, it shows all the sellers.
But I
Okay.
don't think anyone does click on that.
Usually, if any buyer knows how to get the good price,
Hmm.
if somebody is looking for price, because see, I mean, if they do not know, then obviously they'll just click on buy now and they'll buy it. But if somebody knows and try to see if I can get better price from somebody else, some other seller, they can come over
Hmm.
and say add to cart and buy. By seeing their seller feedback and all those things, if they are satisfied, they can buy it, right? That option is available, but most of the time it doesn't happen actually. Most of the buyers will straight come to here and buy now or add to cart, go from here. Okay, because this is not clearly visible to everybody. So if
Yes.
somebody knows, they'll just go and try to find. They know how to get better deal or better price, then they will do that. Okay, but again you have to be careful, because like if buyer has to be careful, not you. Buyer has to be careful that okay, if they're buying from somebody else, not the actual product owner, then there might be risk of like product getting a getting a not good product. That may happen.
Mm.
Anyhow, so that's a different discussion. Okay,
So
so
this only can be viewed in while logging into Seller Central account, right? Otherwise, it won't show like this if you want to sell this or not in the same page.
I didn't get you.
Like you have just checked out this product, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you have scrolled down and it says that sell for you for your
Okay, here, okay, this,
download.
uh-huh.
So this one only shows in the Seller Central account, not in normal account, not in
No, no,
Amazon.com.
no. It is inside the seller central. Only
Mm-hmm.
seller can add, right? Not a buyer. Buyer, why buyer
Uh,
will add? Yeah, and seller
mm-hmm.
can add, but buyer has also option to sell, but they'll able to only sell one product or something like that. They have the option.
Okay. Okay.
Buyer can sell one of the exist. If they, let's say, if they have a product which is which they might have bought and which is in used condition or something, then they can do that. Here the condition type is there. They can specify what are the condition type. That
Okay.
that is there for the buyers as well, but that's a different interface and all those things. This is seller interface, and this is how a seller can map an existing product from the catalog and use and sell it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the process. So as I do not have to do this with this, not something. Okay, I'm in India marketplace, right? But how come the product is in India, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So this is one way to create your listing. Okay,
Mm.
but this is not the ideal way to create a listing when you are doing private level business. Okay,
Mm.
private level business, in our model, it is always will be creating our own listing, which is nothing but here create a new product listing. Okay,
Mm.
and when you click on this, you will have to choose the specific category under which you will be selling, and it is always good to go down to subcategories like this. Let's say if it is baby, I mean your product falls under baby category,
Mm.
then obviously you'll click on this baby, and then you'll go. I'll not click on here says other baby and say other babies,
Mm.
which will not be good, because if I am not very specific and I do not know what product I'm selling, then yes, obviously the customer will not know also what product you are selling, so they will not buy. It's always
Mm.
better that you go to the specific niche market. Let's say if it is baby safety is the product, and if I say gates, when the baby gates are the product which I'm selling, then I'll choose gates, correct?
Mm.
So I have to, I mean I should not choose baby safety as my product category. I should choose
Mm.
baby safety. Under that I should choose gate, correct?
Mm.
That's why I should not choose other baby safety something like that. I should try to find which the best match to one. Hmm.
Mm.
That way, once I select this, then let's say I selected that, then the page will come something like this. Okay, which is basically where you'll have to fill all those information. I have already talked about on the edit inventory edit page where I have talked all these things, right? If you remember that.
In product ID.
No, I mean all these things I have on last session I have discussed, right? Vital information,
Uh-huh.
variations, offer, all those things I
Uh-huh.
have already discussed. So the
Yes,
same
yes,
thing
yes.
which we'll be filling on. This is a basically new listing. As you are creating a new listing, it will be
Yes.
all information what you will be providing. All will be new information, and you will have to provide all those accordingly, right? So
Mm-hmm.
okay, so how should we, like, let's discuss something different now for this session. How should be our title? How should be our product bullet points? How should be our product descriptions? What are the importance of all those things, right? Those things
Mm-hmm.
we can talk today. So basically, the title, as I had said, like, it will be shown on the top side and it shows as a heading of the product page, right? And
Mm-hmm.
when we are creating our product title, what we should keep in mind? I mean, there are certain guidelines which definitely you have to follow. Amazon's guideline, title guideline is there, that we'll have to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Along with that, we have to keep in mind that we are focusing, like, I mean, the product, I mean, the keyword what we have researched as the primary keyword for our product. Title is the place where we should mostly, I mean, not mostly, in fact, we should include title over there. No, sorry, keyword over there on that title, on the title. And most preferably should be towards the front side of the title.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So what does it mean? Like, I mean, hope you got it, but still
Yes.
I'll just try to explain it once again. So you will follow the guidelines, but you have your own researched keyword, as one of them might be your primary keyword, and for which you will be targeting to rank on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know your keyword, then it is advisable to put your keyword most preferably towards the front side of a title. So let's say if I just say, I mean, it is safety, baby safety or toddler safety gate, I'll say, right? The product
Mm-hmm.
what we have selected is a toddler safety
Mm-hmm.
gate. Okay, that is the product, toddler. I think, okay, and maybe I
Mm-hmm.
can give brand name, whatever, like, I mean, XYZ is the brand name, let's say, and toddler gate. Then you can write on the few benefit points. Uh, it is always good idea to keep your customers on your mind, right? What, like, when you buy any product, right? When while going to Amazon, you probably will see what benefit I'll get. Rather, you try to see what features the product has. You will not see that. You mostly see that what benefit this product can give it to me, and so that I can buy, right? That basically convince the buyer. That convinces, right? So that way, like, I mean, so you have to. That's why you have to keep in mind that when you are building your title, you have to focus on the benefit points rather than the feature points.
Mm-hmm.
Feature points you can focus on later stage on the product description down somewhere, but not on the immediate visible places. Visual places should be more focused on the benefit points. Like I can say, like, what the gate can achieve, right? So that way you can frame a little bit. So maybe say, I don't know. I'm not
Soft,
thinking.
soft, soft material used. Something.
It's a feature what we're talking about. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
so if you're saying soft material, then what that soft material will do for the parent who is buying, right? So some emotional things should also be there. Like title
Mm-hmm.
might be one place, but
Think
definitely
for
bullet
that.
points are the place where there
Mm-hmm.
should be some emotional thing for the buyers, right? Some emotional trigger point should be there, so that way it will, I mean, click to them and they can think of looking onto your listing and take a call. And most probably
Mm-hmm.
if you have those that kind of content, then it attracts them, and then they they'll be able to take the decision.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Safe child, not falling actually,
Lightweight.
not falling, or not, whatever. It can be anything. So I'm just thinking of
Mm. It
this
can be
thing.
lightweight, lightweight gate,
Lightweight gate.
attractive colors.
No, that is more of like feature points
Mm.
what you're talking about.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, you can specify depending on like, I mean, those things we'll see. I mean, you can do accordingly. Okay. And here I have already explained this manufacturer and all. I'm not going through this, but yeah, a manufacturer is something like your
Company's name.
company company name you can put on, right? That can be
Mm.
your manufacturer name.
Brand name could be the name which you have suggested for the gate.
Brand name, yes, brand name is the name which is used for your product, which is in this case
Mm.
like certificate, whatever the brand name you
XY,
have. Yeah, yeah,
XYZ.
XYZ. XYZ is the brand name. Okay, so yeah, variations you may or may not depending on the product. If you
Mm.
have variations, then you will create. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
like the sizes and all.
here all your SKU, quantity, price, all those offer place. I have already explained this, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Only thing what you have to keep in mind that here uh, product ID is the mandatory field which is required. If
Mm.
I mean when you are creating a listing, I think I have told you on the last session that there are ways like if you do not have product ID, you can still create listing by taking GTIN exemption, GTIN or UPC exemption, okay, for your
Mm.
brand.
Yeah.
That is one way how you can do without product. Not that is the way how you can do without if you do not have product ID. And if you have
Mm.
product ID, you just specify that ID here, and that's all. Say what type of ID it is. If must be UPC, then just specify UPC. Then specify that code what you have. Right? Then it is done. Then you go
Mm.
ahead with all these other tabs and fill in all the information. Okay, let's, I mean, yeah, so title, okay, let's,
So
here the description.
we will be doing through UPC.
Yes, mostly. You'll be buying a UPC code
Mm.
from,
Barcode.
I think barcode, yes. I think I had
Barcode.
set the
Yes.
source from where you can
Yes.
buy,
Yes.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Speedy
Speedy
barcode.
barcode is, yes, that is one place. And there is one more called Nationwide's barcode. But Speedy barcode is little cheaper than, still cheaper than uh, this barcode. Yeah, so you can buy either of the place, but authentic place like is the GS1. I think I've said this on last
Yes.
session. Right? The GS1 is the authentic place from where you should buy, but mostly
It's costly
uh,
over there.
it is always. I mean, it is costly definitely. Yeah. So that's what you have to do. Like when you are creating a new product, there are two ways, as I have explained already. One is by using the existing listing from the catalog, or by creating your own listings. Okay, and this is the way how you.
We don't do by essence. Essence.
No, we don't do by that because we do not want to I mean sell somebody else's product, right? We want to sell
Mm-hmm.
our own product.
Okay, that is for someone else's product. Okay.
Yeah, that's basically someone else product we will be selling, and it might be some
Okay.
brand of somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but if you are reselling some product, any known brand, let's say if I take the example of like Philips is the
Mm-hmm.
brand, right? Known brand. I cannot create another Philips as a brand. If I am a reseller of Philips, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. If I'm the reseller of the Philips, then I have to obviously sell on their brand name. I cannot, I mean, Amazon will not allow, or their system itself will not allow to create another listing with Philips brand. It is not possible, right?
So when we are creating a brand, then we just need UPC.
What is that?
When we are, if we are creating our own brand, then we have to go through UPC.
Yes, you have to either go through UPC or GTN exemption.
Okay.
Yeah, if you are not reselling on retail market where you do not, I mean, retail market requires the barcode to be printed as per the guidelines and all.
Hmm.
Uh, but in on online, like you can still sell without the barcode.
Hmm. So what
Then
is the
I mean,
difference if we sell it by GTIN exemption?
there will not be any difference. There will not be any difference. That's fine. Like you can go ahead with GTN exemption. That's okay.
Okay.
But it is like barcode also. If you're buying barcode, it's not costly as well. Like with $5, I think you can get one. With $10, you can get five
Hmm.
five number of barcodes. So five number of barcodes are enough for your five product.
So it means $2 each product.
$2 each product. Yeah. Right. So that's the way like how you can add a product. The next is add via product. Sorry, not via product. What I'm saying. Add via upload.
Hmm.
So there is some noise from your end, Vipin.
Yeah, I'll just do this one.
Okay. So yeah, this basically this is the method like where you can upload a bulk number of products. You can create many listing uh, on one go. But how do you do that? You'll have to do through a file that's called flat file. Amazon has a file, not one file. They have many file in fact, many different types of flat file. So those flat files should be used. So those flat file will be generated based on the category and all those things. It will be generated. You can download once it is generated. You can download that flat file and fill in your information and upload it. Okay. I'll show you example. Let's say as the same example, baby safety and gate. If this is the
Hmm.
one, I'll say select. Then it is selected here. Okay.
Hmm.
And there is a number which I get. Always you will get a number that's called node ID. That's called browse node ID, and that's basically refers to the this classification, this one.
Hmm.
Okay. And there are like three types of three ways in fact I can generate a flat file. One is called light version of flat file, which is which will have in fact very little information on the flat file. I mean, a lot of columns will not be available on the flat file. Flat file is a basically Excel file. Okay,
Okay.
it's Excel file. Yeah, you will see that. Okay, and
Hmm.
this the other one is the advanced, where you will have all the columns filled in. Okay,
Hmm.
and you will have to fill most necessary ones to populate the information, then upload your file to create the listing. That's the advanced, and there is custom also. I can choose what columns I want to add on, then create the file accordingly. You see this
Okay.
there are
Yes.
columns like that. Okay, so but most of the time I'll be using advanced one,
Hmm.
and most of the time you will be also using advanced if you are creating any new listing. Now I can say generate template, which will create that flat file, and I'll just click on this generate template. Yeah. So this is the flat file. Yeah. And
Mm.
you have all these tabs, but I mean, these all tabs should not be required. Only this template one would be the one which you'll have to fill on. But these all are required for your information. If you have any doubts on any of the column, there is a data definition. Each column are explained here.
Okay.
Each of the column are explained. What is those column? You can read and you can accordingly understand and fill in. Okay. And browse data. This is the I told that number you see, do you remember?
Yes.
That number is basically shown here.
Not ID. Mm.
Yeah. And what are the valid values? Like you can see what valid values for each of the column. What value would be accepted? What can you specify on those columns, right? That's basically valid value. But this one only you will be filling in. This sheet you will be filling in. Now, if I have to fill in to create the any product under that gate, then I'll fill all this information. Like I'll choose the one which is already there. It's a baby products. That's what the file got generated for that category, right?
Mm.
And I'll give my seller SKU, the brand name, whatever you are giving, doing that manually. You remember on the
Mm.
while adding the product, the same columns are there, but it is on Excel file, and you are filling on those on Excel file. Okay,
Okay. You have to
the
type
brand
in.
name you have to type in. You have to basically type in and
Mm.
brand name, your product ID, like ID. You remember that UPC code was there, product ID, product type, what type of product is like. I mean, product ID type, which is UPC, was
Mm.
the one which you selected, right? So you
Mm.
select UPC, then the product ID, then the item name is nothing but the title name, manufacturer.
Mm.
Your browse node is it will be mostly you drop down, so you do not have to
Mm.
do anything. Color name, color map. This is basically for the variations. If you have a variation, like in our case, we may have a variation like gold color and a
Mm.
rose gold color, right? If that is that
Mm.
is the case, then we have to create variations. Okay. So
And what
these all
about color map?
color map is the name what you give. The color map is the one which is default are there. Color name what you give is displayed on the front page, on the product page. Okay, let's say if the
Okay.
color is we said gold, right?
Gold.
It is gold
Mm.
is there. I'll say gold, but I can
Mm.
say something else also to represent gold.
Rose gold.
Okay, rose, no, rose gold would be also there. I think might be there. I don't know if it is not there. Let's say if it is not there, right? Then
Not
yeah,
there.
it's not there. Not there. Rose gold is not there. Okay, one is gold. One I would say. I don't know how to say rose gold. I can't. It will not. I can write still. Will not take. Uh, okay, so this basic I can choose any other color. That's not a problem because this is not nothing to do with your. I mean, product. This is just a reference for creating two variations. Okay, two or
Mm.
three, whatever the numbers, and then whatever the name I specify here, that is visible on the product page, and it will be shown. If we go back to that example of that plate, I'll not go into that. I'll just say silver, something else.
Mm.
Uh, shoe rack. I don't know if anyone will have any variations. Pillowcase. Let's see if there is any variations.
Mm. On the right one. Also.
Yeah, this has the variations, right?
Mm.
You see all these variations. Okay,
Mm.
there are so many colors. But what is seen here, you see silver gray,
Mm.
white. White is shown as white, but we do not know what color map is used. This color white, what is showing is the column, this one, color name column,
Okay.
but color map might be white or something else. That might be anything. So we do not know, and it will not be visible to buyers as well.
So there is
So
no
you
use
can
of selecting
accordingly,
color map.
sorry,
There is no use of selecting color map then. Or is it mandatory?
no, there is a use that has to be there. Otherwise, it will give the error and the listing will not be created. The map has to be given, but if as there is no options, like there is no rose gold or any other color which is there, then you means it has to be specified something else.
No, but if it is not visible, then why do we have to give color map for this?
No, if it is not given anything, then the variation will not be created and the file also will not be successfully uploaded.
So we can just put any color. What does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you can put any color. That's what I'm saying.
For for example, if rose
But
gold is not there, I can put black with rose gold.
uh, yeah, for rose gold, you can put black.
Hmm.
That's that's okay.
So there is no importance for this column.
I mean, there is importance for specifying something. It's not that you can leave blank.
No, not
Okay.
leaving blank, just fill in anything.
So you have to fill in something. I don't remember if I can specify my own map. Don't remember, but yeah, I'm not
Maybe in
sure.
the drop down there should be custom or something.
No, there is nothing actually.
Uh,
No, there is nothing. If you see here, nothing like that. There is nothing, no custom. Okay, so that's basically how you will do it. But if you're creating variations, there is another column that's will say parent is this column where you'll have to specify parent and child. So parent will be basically a logical identity or SKU within your seller central. It is nowhere visible as a separate listing. It will be just a I mean, what to say, logical. I mean, it is not physically. It doesn't have any existence. When somebody clicks, or sorry, when you click on that listing, it takes to the child. It will not. The parent will never be show up. But parent has to be there to create any variations.
okay.
Yeah.
So what
So
do we
that's
fill over
this.
here?
You will say parentage is like say you will say parent and child will be child. So for parents, actually in this case, you will have to create another. I mean SKU. The SKU name, whatever we give, right? Let's say if I say gate underscore parent,
Hmm.
this is my parent SKU, and this parent SKU is specified here. Here, parent SKU will be specified, not for parent, for child. There will be child here. Why it doesn't work? Okay. Okay, for child, I'll specify the parent SKU. Whatever the parent SKU is there, right? That parent SKU has to be mentioned here. Okay.
Then parent
But
SQ, we have to make two
hmm,
rows then. One row for parent and one row for child.
sorry,
We have to make two. We have to write in both the rows. In row number 4, we have to write about parent
mm-hmm.
SKU, and in row number 5, we have to write about child SKU.
Correct,
Is-
correct. Yes. Child SKU, you have to specify this here. Child SKU, gate one or whatever, gate one child. I'm just giving the name. I mean, this minor while creating your actual SKU, you have to think how you can give your SKU names. But for example, I'm just giving gate one child and gate two child. The two variations if I'm creating underscore child, right? These are the two variations, and for these two variations, my parent will be this one, get underscore parent, right? Where is that gone? And this is my child. Okay,
Hmm.
got it? And there will be variation theme. Its variation theme is mostly variations. It doesn't work, I don't know. Okay, variations. I think variations. This also will be variations. And the relationship type. Sorry, I said I think variation relationship type is variations. And variation theme would be, yeah, right. Variation theme is like what? It's a color variation, or it is a size variation, or it is color size variation, right? That is the
Hmm.
basically you'll choose. Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
So in this case, I'll choose as
Color.
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 Color. Let's say if it is color, then I'll choose color. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so this file has to be completely filled in. So I will not be going through whole thing. So there's a
But
lot of
we have to fill each and everything.
no, not each and everything are mandatory. So you can fill in this information which are mandatory here. So this is mandatory if you are creating as a parent child, this column, these four columns if you are creating, and there is a update and delete, delete and partial update. If you are creating new, it is update. If your listing is already there, you want to partially update, then it is partial update, right? And if you want to delete, it is delete. You just if you select this, then your listing will be deleted. So you have to be careful not to choose delete. If you are sure that you want to delete, then do it, but make sure it is not, this delete is not I mean this column is not saved as delete for any of the
Then
row.
that, we can also delete it directly from there, or it has to be deleted from here if you're deleting any.
You can delete from there, from
Hmm.
panel itself, or you can do
Hmm.
it from this file as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
But creating, we will have to do it from here also.
creating.
So creating a listing, we have to go through this only.
No, it is not mandatory that you have to. Let's say if you have just one listing, why would you do that? I mean, creating this file. This is more cumbersome than that, right? If it is just one inventory. But if it is,
Oh,
yeah, if it
this is
is
a
like,
multiple
if you have bulk
entities.
in number, then this file helps. Let's say if you want to do 100 units at together. So 100
Hmm.
units creating, like by doing that manually one by one, it is really tedious. So here you can copy the things, right? You can copy, put on this
Hmm.
next row, and done. So let's say if I have to copy the title, so mostly the title will be same for the most of my listing. Then I'll copy the
Hmm.
title on all the rows and make a
Hmm.
little bit of minor change. Then it is done, right? So it is easy
Okay.
when it is bulk in number. But for one, it is not easy. Like it is not, I mean, good to do in through this file. But
Hmm.
earlier, earlier what was happening? Like if you take GTN exemption, then you will not be able to add or create listing through manual process. You will have to use flat file, the GTN
Oh,
exemption if you have taken GTN exemption. But now
why
it
is
is
that so?
allowed.
Okay, now
Uh,
it is allowed.
Now it is allowing. Now the system is allowing to. I don't know why it
Even
was.
if, even if you have GTN exemption, it's allowing you to do it manually.
Yes, yeah. Manually, you can still add. Like you have to. I mean,
It's easy to add manually
I
than this.
think
Ready.
if I'm correct, I think you can leave that blank. I believe for your brand, you can leave that blank, and it will add. It will create, because the product ID box, what you see when you create listing through manual process, right? There will be
Hmm.
product ID. Means okay, I'm not going through this again. I'll have to. This is the product ID box should be there, right? So this you
Hmm.
can leave blank. Now I think it is accepting because you can't leave blank. If you are creating manually, you have to specify something. You can't just leave blank. Okay, that's why it was not allowed earlier. Like it was not allowing to create. Now also, I think once I've done it was allowing. So that's why on that basis I'm saying it is allowing now. But I'm
Or
not
keeping
very
it
sure. If
blank.
yes, if you have taken GTN exemption. If not,
Okay.
then yes, you'll not. It will not. Allow you to proceed. It will
But if
show
you take
error
it in
message.
exemption, they would give you something, some code regarding that.
No,
How
there
they
is
will
no
know?
code. There will not be any code what they will provide. There will not be any code. They will just give you a brand exemption. Earlier they used to give exemption to your SKU. Okay, the
Okay.
SKU number what you specify and your brand name. They'll give SKU exemption to your SKU. Now they are giving exemption to the brand itself. The brand name what you created to that name. If you say that I want exemption for this brand, then they'll approve that. Then you can upload without the code.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we have to apply for GTIN, right? If we want to go through that.
If you want to go through without UPS UPC code, then yes, you have to apply GTI exemption.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's basically add via upload, add product via upload. That's how you can add product onto your inventory,
Multiple products.
multiple products. What I'm to say? Yeah, it's okay. So when your listing is created, it will be. When it is created and active, your page will be looking something like this. Either this way, or there are two ways now. It will be shown on the desktop, or on this way. Content on side of the image one way, and the other way is content on the below of image. Okay,
Okay.
so these two ways how the product page layout can be, and mostly you'll see about the product here as like here. This is basically, this doesn't say about the product. It says the, means it will basic directly would be the bullet points would be there, and you can see that. That's how it is basically. It will be shown. And I was saying that about the title, what you will be, how you will structure your title
Hmm.
from SEO
Extra
perspective, right?
wide. Hmm.
Yeah, from a SEO perspective, how you can structure it, like what, how you can basically like when your product is visible to somebody, whether they are really looking onto your product, right? By seeing your title, your bullet points, your image, those are the, I would say, like, the attraction point, or you can say that point by seeing that they'll take a call and come onto your product page, right?
Hmm.
So for that, as I was saying, like you have to include your primary keyword mostly on title and your secondary keywords, which might be like around 3 to 4 more keywords, okay, other than your primary keyword. Those you can include on these bullet points,
mm,
okay. And you have down, you will have product description here. This is the product description. This is not a good way how this listing has been created and product description has been written. This is not good way.
mm,
Like, it is a simple content what they have put on, but this section can be shown in a HTML format. Like, you can, I mean, do some HTML simple use simple tags. Then you can
mm,
format it in a better way to show in better. I mean, better layout. So you can bold it, you can make it italic, you can create,
mm,
let's say if I want to say your body is the bold, then yeah, if I want to create bullet points, that those all things are possible here.
mm.
How it look like, and on this it is not there. Probably I can show some more. I don't know which one may have. Okay, this is a different type of listing which I can talk about. Let me tell tell the which I was discussing before about the product description. Yeah, you see here a little bit. This is basically, this still not good.
Mm.
Mm, Not, I mean, they have put the product description. It's not good. Let me go back. Yeah, here. See like this, right? They have structured it and formatted this content, product description content, right?
Mm.
That's, if something is written this way, it is clear to, I mean, easy to read out, right?
Mm.
Instead just writing simple lines, one I mean below the other one, then it doesn't, like, I mean, nobody will feel good to read the whole thing. And
Mm.
if you're writing something like this and it is short, then it is good and they can easily read, right? That's how you will have to format. This product description can be formatted and written in this way. I'll tell you how you can do that later. Okay. And there
Mm.
was another content which you were seeing. You see this one from the manufacturer.
Okay.
Okay. Or there might be one more type of from the manufacturer. This is also one. What this? I think it doesn't. Let me see this one. And if this has, yeah, this is also from manufacturer. But anyhow, so this content what you see here, right?
Mm.
This comes from the brand register. Like, if a brand is registered under Amazon, those are the brand, or those are that listing can publish content something like this. Okay, with good images, more content. This is only applicable for the brand registered listings. So
We
what
don't
is
have to
brand
get.
registered?
What is it?
Yeah, what is brand registered? Brand registration is basically Amazon's program for the sellers to join, and the seller who are like having registered trademark, they are only allowed to join that brand register program.
Okay.
Okay, so the trademark registered brand only, not any other. I mean, the brand which doesn't have trademark registration yet, they will not be allowed. Amazon will not approve those listing to get this content. This content is called A plus content. Okay, this
Mm.
content is called A plus or enhanced brand content. Okay, so this is about all this like listing part, and as I said, like on the keyword thing, you will be We'll have to understand, or we'll have to know, should know how and where and all those things can be, all your keywords can be properly placed and all.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so that's all about today. I think on next session I can cover up, I think promotion a little bit, and shipment plan, how you can create a BA shipment. That's all. And then after advertisement will be by itself. It will be I mean it will be one or two sessions. So that I'll not cover up this advertisement campaign manager. I'll cover as that as a separate sessions. And apart from that, there will not be much. There will be few settings which you should know that I'll talk on next session. That's all. So that will be just an overview of Seller Central. Though there are a lot of things, but you may not require to know all of them at this point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's all. Yeah. I mean, I'll talk about that on next session, promotions. Okay.
It's like 2 or 3 sessions left. That means
No, there are a lot actually. There is a lot. There are like, I mean, I have not started. I think supplier communication is not started yet, right? Or started?
supplier communication.
Yeah.
That Alibaba.com that you were
Yes,
saying.
yes. Alibaba.com. Have I
Uh,
completed for you?
yes.
I've completed, right? Okay. Then I think I have, then what is left out? I think product description, supplier communication is done. Okay, there will be this campaign advertisement is one thing, which is good, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, big thing and good thing to learn. And there will be launch strategy, which I have not covered yet. How you can, the
Mm-hmm.
listing also is one thing. Today I covered a little bit, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
cover in more detail, like what are things on the listing optimization point of view. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that I'll talk in detail. Listing optimization and campaign optimization, and you have like launch strategy. How will you launch your product? What are the review strategies you will follow? Those are things are there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so I hope all clear and you do not have any question, right?
Not at present. Maybe if I go through it tomorrow, I'll get
Yeah, so
some.
let me know if you have anything, we can definitely discuss. Okay,
Yeah.
let me
Okay.
just stop this broadcast.